Hello everyone, I am Sarah Al-Bakri and today I'll be introducing Apple's Batterygate scandal. But before getting into that, let's start with what is responsible business and why it is important. A responsible business is the process that helps the society while also addressing any bad effects it may have on society, individuals, or the environment. The reason why it is important is because it may increase trust and enhance connections with all of its stakeholders, including customers, employees, investors, and the communities in which it operates, resulting in increased value over time. Also, attracting and retaining employees is simpler for organizations that provide a decent work-life balance, prioritize employee development, and empower their staff. This offers them an advantage over businesses that don't. Moving on to Apple. Apple was founded in 1976 and it's an American multinational technology company that specializes in consumer electronics, computer software, and online services. So, the area of the ethical problem of Apple's Batterygate scandal was ethics of consumption, which will be discussed later in the documentary. Now, getting into details about irresponsible business practice done by Apple and why it is considered irresponsible business. It all started in 2016 when iPhone 6s had problems such as sudden shutdowns. In very small numbers, Apple initially said that it found that battery components in a particular batch of iPhones were exposed to the air for too long before assembly, causing the batteries to cut out. Then in January 2017, Apple attempted to hide its new issue with the introduction of their iOS 10.2, which was aimed at fixing most unexpected shutdowns with the update by reducing the performance of all of the old iPhones, which in turn gave them a low battery life without the customer's knowledge. Later in December 2017, a Reddit post breaking down the aging process of Li-ion batteries, followed by research into the CPU of affected iPhones, found that the throttling was in fact a battery issue. Replacing the battery in a throttled phone resulted in increased performance, at the same time shining light on Apple's own throttling dishonesty. The phones weren't the problem, old batteries were. Public outcry and lawsuits. Finally, Apple publicly admitted to fixing the CPU throttling for aging batteries in January 2018 as a way to save face. Apple offered discounted battery replacement for iPhone 6 and newer for the duration of 2018.
After the iOS 11 battery drain, iPhone users are worried about their battery health. If you update the iOS 11.3, you can easily check the battery health on your iPhone.
Then the legal meetings began for Apple's 59 plus class action lawsuits that resulted from the scandal. Moreover, in early 2019, Apple started putting aside funds in order to cover legal bills and fines that they received as a result of the incident in the previous years. But later on in 2019, Apple clearly stated that as iPhone 11 models age and their batteries degrade, newer power management systems will be launched to slow down the phone and reduce the video quality and reduce the sound output as well as dim the display appearance, which we all have observed on a yearly basis. Moreover, the customers continuously started complaining throughout the years regarding the issue of the iPhones slowing down and unexpected shutdowns in the year 2020. but as a result, in which 2021, Apple was accused by Spain's Organization of Consumers and Users for slowing down the latest iPhone 12 and other latest models. However, it, if we think about one positive outcome of the Batterygate scandal, is that it has increased public awareness and companies like Apple have got warnings of starting their right to repair legislation, which means they have to give the customers an independent repair shop for repairing batteries where they can easily replace the battery when it gets old. According to few researchers, Apple is still actively fighting against the right to repair legislation to ensure it doesn't happen. Meanwhile, Apple is now working toward ensuring the battery issues doesn't occur in the latest iPhones, a proof of which is the latest iPhones with larger battery capacity. The reason why it is considered to be an irresponsible business will be explained in
Some
following
iPhone
video.
owners say they want Apple to pay for slowing down older phones. The tech giant is facing multiple lawsuits after it admitted that it slows down older models.
Moving on to stakeholders. For the stakeholders, there are two types. One is internal stakeholders, in which the following people are involved, which are the executives, employees, and shareholders that form up the board of directors. However, the CEO, senior vice president, and chief operating officers are the top executive positions owned by the company. Many analysts believe that Apple's global success might be due to its strong leadership. Second one is external stakeholder, which involves the customers, suppliers, competitors, political groups, community groups, and the government are all among the external stakeholders that are involved as well. The immediate impact of action to this Batterygate scandal was an apology issued by Apple for the problem of slowing down their iPhones. Moreover, in 2018, they started to decrease the price of iPhone battery replacement by discounting $50 from $79 and resulting in $29, which was out of warranty for anyone with an iPhone 6 model or other models that needed their batteries replaced. Then, in early 2018, Apple promised to issue an iOS software update that had new features called Battery Health, which gave the customers more visibility into the information regarding their iPhone's battery so they can see their phone's condition for themselves. In a long-term impact, due to the scandal, Apple has been facing lawsuits over these years. For example, in 2020, the French consumer authorities had fined Apple 25 million euros regarding the scandal. Later, Apple accepted a $500 million settlement in California, in which it plans to give at least $25 to all US residents who had bought these iPhones which slowed down, and moreover another investigation was found from over 30 states that also experienced this
Paid
scandal.
$113 million to settle another case related to iPhone batteries. More than 30 states sued Apple, claiming customers got duped after a software update slowed performance on older phones. The company says that was meant to protect those older phones, but critics claim Apple did it to sell newer phones. Apple did not admit wrongdoing with this settlement.
However, to maintain long-term continuous growth and stability, Apple should cooperate with suggestions such as focusing on emphasizing a build quality device along with recent studies to construct a robust iPhone such as recruiting well-experienced engineers to produce iOS improvements with the absence of bugs or improve battery duration and other defects to develop a strong credibility for the corporation. To sum up everything that has been stated so far, Apple is now paying cash refunds of up to $25 to qualifying consumers who file a claim with a total payout of between $310 million and $500 million. Users claimed in low cost that they had to buy new smartphones to address the problem, but that if they had known about this function, they could have simply replaced the battery. Customers who paid for an out-of-warranty battery replacement for an iPhone 6 or older device in 2017 received a $50 reimbursement from Apple in May 2018. Apple urged federal judges in August 2018 to dismiss the claims filed against them in this case, maybe lying to customers about device issues and obscuring remedies is just standard lawful activity for the world's first trillion-dollar corporation. Apple has reportedly agreed to a $500 million settlement after admitting deliberately slowing down older phones. Apple issued an apology that it claimed to have replaced nearly 10 times as many batteries as it expected after offering its temporary discount. Moreover, Apple should consider maximizing the voltage based on the iPhone capacity, and in order to gain customer satisfaction, they should provide free repaint manual for all fixers out there. Apple should start charging less for battery replacement. However, in order to avoid bugs and minor shutdowns, they should try updating iOS software on a monthly basis, and they need to keep in track every year on the performance of the iPhone to avoid issues occurring. So far, Apple should consider taking these steps in order to gain success.